as I can be. I feel like I'm
Well,
not going to do too well.
No, Josh, you
oh
just
yeah,
gotta
we
you
know.
just
I
gotta
know you're not
believe.
gonna do well.
Chapter 3 is so long. Like chapter 1's like nothing compared to chapter 2, and then chapter 2 is like nothing compared to chapter 3.
Don't even worry about the chapters. Just let me give you a little hint because this will be hard. Just main plot. Main plot.
What do you mean the Final Fantasy game is going
Oh,
to be
wait.
hard? The convoluted story is not easy to keep up with. What?
Wait, so by main plot, do you mean like what's going on throughout the whole thing, or even like the side stuff that adds up to it?
Yeah, don't mess with the side stuff. I mean, there's like one or two things you might have to like remember, but like don't mess with the side stuff.
Man, I'm regretting this one. I was like thinking, oh yeah, War of the Lions.
I
I've
know,
played it.
like
I
even
know.
when I looked it
remember how
up,
it ends and everything.
when
I'm
I
like,
was making the rubric, I was like, I don't remember any of this. Like, I'm glad I'm reading it. So that's why I'm playing the game right now on the iPad. I'm like, I really kind of want to get invested because there's some stuff that I pushed aside and just wanted to get into the game, but it's actually a great story.
As someone who's played like a good chunk of 4, 7, 8, 10, maybe a little bit of 12, I couldn't tell you anything that's happened in any of them. Cloud wants to fight Sephiroth, and they're kind of in love too. That's about all I know.
well, he doesn't want to fight Sephiroth. He has to, first off.
And they're in
secondly,
love. And they're in love.
Technically, Tactics Advance 2, Final Fantasy 12, and I think one other one is all set in the same land, Avlis.
Well, Josh, save that all for the speed cap.
Yeah.
So real quick.
Well, that's all Nusha's knowledge, but anyway.
Real quick, before we do our introductions, what's everybody been up to this week? Anybody been playing anything?
So I've been just playing. I picked up Final Fantasy Tactics on the iPad. It's been fun. It's really nostalgic. I've also been playing First Soldier. Right now, I'm ranked 250
out of the 250 people that play it.
Yes, exactly. This is kind of a grind. I've been slacking on TFT.
I watched a little bit of your Final Fantasy stream. And so you're streaming from your phone, but your camera that you're using right now is capturing you. How do you not fuck up your neck playing that? Because you're like this.
Okay, so where it's positioned, it actually is better for my neck. But when I'm not at my desk, I'm fucking up my neck. Like, it hurts. But when I'm at my desk, it's fine. It's fine. It's perfect. I actually want to put it like up right next to my monitors, but it's fine. I mean, it's better. It doesn't hurt my neck at all.
Do you have an iPad you can play it on and just
set
it up?
That's what I'm playing. I'm playing it on my iPad.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing on my iPad, and I have an adapter that attached it to an HDMI port, and so I'm streaming it with my Elgato.
Okay, because mobile gaming just sounds like it's bad for us old folk with like our necks and our backs.
They have a Streamlabs app that I just don't want to use. I'm sure my phone will explode if I use it.
That's fair. And Josh, what about you?
I've been playing a new game, Young Souls.
Oh, is this the one I saw you got this for review from the site?
Yeah. So I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, "This is really interesting," and I'm playing it. It's actually really fun. It's a really good beat 'em up side scroller with a lot of content. And honestly, so far plot wise, it's actually very interesting. Like I'm very interested. I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it. So
he asked me, because a few weeks ago he's like, "Hey, they're really pushing for a review. Could you do that?" And I wasn't able to. But I remember looking at it and thinking like, man, this is going to be like a 20-hour, 30-hour slog to get through. There's no way I'm going to get this in time.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat it before the reviews do, but honestly, I'm enjoying it, and I would recommend at least look. You see,
it's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Paid reviewers.
No, I don't get paid anything.
This man is
I get
not
free
paid.
games. That's it. I get free games, and that's it.
So I dabbled a little bit in a game called Gwent for the first time in a few weeks. So I got back into it, and the game just dumped a bunch of resources on me, and I guess that's from like previous playing. And so I was able to buy like spend those resources on cards I needed for a deck. Like you can upgrade cards, so like they're the moving cards instead of the sit still cards, and I've got a pretty good elf deck. I'm not gonna go pro yet, but it's good to be back into a card game. I think the last one I really got into was Gwent on Witcher 3. I know we talked about the Final Fantasy 8 one a few weeks ago, but that one's booty.
It's super simple and easy to learn, though.
Oh, yes, it is. Everybody, we are smashing game time. I am Nick.
I am Josh.
And I am Jake.
Oh, he called himself. I've never heard him call himself Jake. That's weird.
It's been years.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's been years.
I swallowed my pride.
So This week we are doing a speed cap. Josh is doing a speed cap for Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. If you're confused, so am I. This is the PSP re-release of Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics from the PS1. So Jake has put together the scorecard. So if it's confusing, it's because that's his first scorecard. We do have that. We do have that available up on. That'll be a PDF in the show notes, so you can click along and see what Josh has to cover beforehand. Real quick, if you haven't already, we'd appreciate if you ran over to Apple Podcasts and left us a review and rated us with all those stars. Josh, anything about Josh? You always do a better sell on these than I do.
I would say not paid, by the way.
Wait. What was this supposed to be?
The review. Ask for ratings and reviews. Do it most sincere.
Guys.
Jake's
here. There's 3 of us. I mean, even if you can't find one good thing with 3 of us, you can especially find one bad thing. Roast us. Give me what we need. I want pain, suffering.
Make
Josh,
marshmallows out of my asshole.
Josh, you haven't written a review yet, by the way.
I know. Oh, trust me, that's gonna change here real soon.
Okay, you get on that.
Paid reviews.
No paid reviews. Stop that. So real quick before we get started, let's just glance at the sheet. Josh cannot see this. Josh, close your eyes if you can.
I can even read it. It's so blurry.
So this is actually a pretty clean one, Jake. I think you're the first one to use a little bit of
I
formatting.
saw the way you guys did yours. I'm like, bleh.
All right, so Jake will be scoring this. I will be timekeeper. Josh, I'll give you a heads up at 10.
Jake, I am now Ruben.
Oh fuck.
Oh god,
we told him no furry play here.
Ruben, Jake, the score and rubric raccoon.
The score rubric raccoon, Ruben. Thank you, Ruben, for thank you for volunteering to do this, Ruben. I think you do a better job than Jake would, so we really do appreciate you.
Insert raccoon noise. No, you're gonna do that in the editing. You're gonna do that in the editing. Damn it!
That was a raccoon that just got rabies, or that was a horse that just got rabies from a raccoon. Oh, clip clop! I'm so sorry.
Insert gun noise here.
Oh, insert clip clop!
Actual horse noise.
Clip clop! No, Josh, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, timer's gonna start. I have it at 20:03 because it doesn't pop up until about 20:01. But as soon as you see it, just get started. Josh, Godspeed, and may God have mercy on your soul.
For games.
We just said main plot, though.
Here we go.
But out of all of them, it could be anything.
Oh, God. Okay. So I'm going to start with just the setting real quick. You're in Ivalice. It's a made-up world in Final Fantasy. It's in a bunch of their games. Blah, blah, blah. There's a job system. So starting out, you can be the majority of your characters that you pick up are going to be squires. You'll have some special characters later on that have different classes. But yeah, there's like 25 classes, I think, maybe 30 almost. I think there's 30 with this one because in the original I think there was like 25, and with this one they added 5 new ones like Holy Knight and stuff like that, which wasn't available in the original except for special characters. Okay, so the plot starts out like this. There's a scholar. He's going through like all these documents. He's like basically looking through, researching the past, and he comes across like these papers that talk about the great hero Delita. When you find out that he wasn't actually the true hero, you find out there was somebody named Ramza. Ramza, at some point throughout his life, gives up his nobility and does this mercenary work, and it kind of tells the story of that. So it starts out with the paper talking about the Princess Olivia. She basically is trying to run away from the church. The church is trying to kill her. And she's basically just trying to free the church and stuff. And she has hired, she has her own knights, and I think they're called the Northern Sky Knights. And the Southern Sky Knights are the ones who are trying to kill her and working with the church. So they hire mercenaries to help them on their travels to the kingdom. And they end up being attacked by a group of these knights, Southern Knights. So you go out. Ramza is a part of this group, the mercenary group. And then you have Princess Olivia, who stays inside the church and all this. They get into a fight. They kill all the attackers, and then you hear the princess scream, help, and you run to her and you find out that a mysterious person has kidnapped her. Ramza realizes it's Delita. Then it goes back further into the past to explain what's going on there. So from there, it talks about Ramza and Delita when they were younger. They're basically in night school. They were really true to squires. Ramza was born into nobility, and Delita and his sister were not. But because they were friends with Ramza and his family, his father adopted Delita and his sister so that they could have a chance in life. Where his brothers didn't like that, and their dad was just nice, I guess. I mean, technically he wasn't, but whatever. So, basically, you find out that there was a war that happened beforehand. I believe it was called the 50 Years' War. That the people who were in the war have there's no necessity for them. So, like, a majority of the knights were either killed or let go of because you don't need this many people in a peaceful time. And you have all these mercenaries out of work. So they're basically going around village to town, cities, and ransacking them and killing people just to survive. And the knights are all sent out to all these different spots that they're attacking, and they send these squires to one particular city to defend it. And you end up fighting this brigade. They're called the Corpse Brigade, and they're like the main villain for Chapter 1. So you end up fighting them, and then you end up chasing them off out of the city into one of their camps. And when you get there, there is a noble servant there. His name is Marcus. Yeah, Marcus. Sorry, Marcus. So Marcus ends up you have options in this game. Your options kind of change things, but not really. It's not it's going to lead up to this great plot. No, it just kind of changes the objective. So for this in particular, you can say if you pick option 1, which is we need to help him, the objective isn't kill all your enemies; it's protect him. So if he even dies and becomes unconscious, you'll lose. And then if you pick the second option, kill the corpse, forget the guy. You don't have to worry about protecting him. You just have to make sure you kill all the enemies. So you end up doing that and taking him back to your brothers, where you find out also that your father is dying. He dies. You end up there's chaos now because it's there's a power struggle between your brothers basically, and all of Ivalice trying to replace the king. So from there, you're sent off to basically start killing all of the Corpse Brigade. So there's different pockets. So they send you and your group to one particular one, and you fight Milda, I think is her name. Anyway, you end up fighting her.
15 minutes, Josh. Holy Final Fantasy fuck. You're going to have to speed this up, baby.
I have to speed this up. Okay, so anyway,
you end up killing me.
So you end up fighting her and killing her. You go back and you find out that Delita's sister has been kidnapped. So you go after them. You end up going to the background to this fortress that's heavily guarded. They say if you go up front, you basically die. But you're trying to beat your brother and everybody there because they know that they're not going to protect her. So you go around the back. You fight a couple more guys and stuff, and you end up finally getting there. You end up having to fight Matt McGuire, whatever the fuck his name is. You end up fighting him because he ends up killing Delita's sister, or shooting her with a crossbow to kill the corpse raid. She dies. Delita goes in to try and save her and grabs her, dies from the explosion. Ramza thought he's dead. We go into chapter 2. Chapter 2, basically Ramza has given up his nobility because he realizes that his brothers only care about nobility and power and never cared about the people, and he doesn't want that part of his life. So he disregards it completely. Back to modern time here, or not modern time, but exact time where this is all going down, where Ramza saw Delita kidnapping the princess. You catch up to Delita, who is now surrounded by the Southern Knights in these falls. You end up fighting to protect the princess again. You save them. Delita kind of tells you hey, your brothers are assholes. They're lying to you. Here's what's going on. And you're I don't know if I trust that. I mean, I know brothers are assholes. What's going on here? You disappeared for, a couple of years. You end up going from there. You go meet up with your brother Zalberg, I believe his name is. And you kind of find out that, yeah, that's true. Your brothers are assholes. They're doing things that is not right, and nobility is still clashing with one another. And you basically find out about the Lion Wars, which is the different kingdoms fighting over who should be king. So you have I believe it's the Black Lions, who is led by your brother Zyberg, and then you have the White Lions, which is somebody else. I can't remember their names now off the top of my head. But anyway, all this shit's going down, and you're basically in the middle of a war, and then you find out that Olivia's been kidnapped because she knows something about not only the power struggle and the fact that she's a princess, but there's also these things called the Zodiac Braves. It's a legend talking about these basically like these or saints or cardinals, whatever they are, that kind of like led the world to what it is now and are like these perfect heroes. And the church, Cardinal, what's his name? Cardinal, I think it's Alphonse, maybe. Anyway, you find out that basically he's trying to collect all these stones. There's all these different stones that lead up to this thing, and you meet all these other characters along the way. You find out that the Zodiac Braves are actually like demons or curses, people that want to basically destroy the world. They're not actually truly heroes. They're the villains of the whole thing. So you find out that they're corrupting all these people to transform them into them, and then take over the world. And you find that out. Oh god, this is so much going on. You end up finding Geth Garen. He's a bad guy because he was actually being paid by the church to basically do stuff, and then he was also being paid by Dice Dark. Dice Dark's the other brother. Dice Dark. He ends up paying him to kill the princess. Oh god. Okay, so basically you fight the guy at the church. He becomes this, and then you find out. The Southern Sky end up claiming Olivia as the rightful queen. They aren't actually trying to kill her; they're trying to kidnap her. And the Northern Sky, I think that's what it is. The Southern Sky is working for the White Lions, and the Northern Sky is Dice Dark, and they want him to be king. They want Prince something else, some Prince O or something, whatever. They want a prince to become king. So it's just power struggle. But chapter 3 is basically from there. It's basically the war. It's the all-out war. You've basically stopped the church, but you find out that all these other groups know about the legend of the false heroes, whatever the fuck they're called. And it's just a power struggle for the both armies to make their points. So Ramza tries to persuade his brother Zalbag that, hey, somebody is orchestrating this war from the background, and there's no need for it. And basically, Zalbag is just like, yeah, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a kid. Go off. Bye. And then Ram's like, okay, so basically he tries to find a way to prove it and to stop whatever's going on. You end up finding out, like, Ygraph, which is one of the guys you end up, like, fighting at the fortress when you're younger, is still alive. And he's one of the people that are, like, running everything in the background to the extent. Oh my god, there's so much more and I can't think anymore. I don't know, you end up finding like in a library to find these documents.
10 minutes, Josh. Speed it up. I want to climax.
3 levels long. Oh god, there's so much. So basically from there, after the library scene and stuff, god, there's so much more I can't think. You basically end up going to like one of these like you fight Ygraph to the death. Because he like transform, like he stays his normal stuff and then he transforms. Jake's shaking his head. I know I've got this all wrong. Oh my god, I'm failing. God, I don't know.
I'm dying on the inside.
Trust me, I'm dying too. I said after chapter 2, it kind of becomes a blur.
How many chapters are in this motherfucker?
I think there's like 4 or 5, isn't there?
God damn.
Insert raccoon noise.
Okay, so basically this is how it goes. I'm just gonna go straight to the ending because I can't remember half the crap that goes on. You end up fighting like the final thing, the final being, in like a ship, I think, or like an underground cavern, and you watch like your sister die in front of you. You fight it to the death. The place starts to like collapse and blow up and stuff. And they claim you the hero, but to keep everything safe, they make Deletta the hero of the stories. He ends up marrying Princess Olivia, who becomes queen. Deletta, and it's by force, and it's not so much like her choice. Like he kind of forces it to like the narrative to make peace with the kingdom. And she ends up, I think, killing herself at one point. And the Deletta ends up like basically going into depression and dying eventually as well. And that's why they kind of like keep it hush hush, because Ramza is the true hero, but because of everything that went down, no one believed him in his nobility. They wanted a true hero for the kingdom to make it all unite, and that's how they narrated it. But at their funeral, everybody that's still alive as part of the story comes to like your graveside along with your sisters and like are like giving their blessing and stuff. And they see somebody who resembles Ramza and his sister kind of like watching from distance who leave, hinting that they survived the encounter and are kind of working in the background to keep peace throughout the kingdom. And that's kind of where it ends. I'm going to stop there for that story. And then I'm going to get into some important stuff like side characters. So there's special characters you can get throughout the game. So, for example, you can get Cloud. Cloud was an original character you could unlock in the game. There was the hero Beowulf from all the stories. You've got it's like Restorer. I think it's like Beowulf's fiance. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong on that. There's Construct 8, and he was kind of like an autonomous robot. Bebos. He's like a creature that resembles a reaver in the game. And then you have like Balthier from Final Fantasy 12. He actually made a special appearance in this one. And then Luso Clement. He was a protagonist from Tactics Advance 2. And there's different ways to get them. Like for Cloud, for example, you had to like follow a certain plot and do certain things and answer correctly to keep him. Where if you got like Construct 8, it was more like you just have to find the special encounter and do the quest. That was basically it. Some characters, important characters, we talked about Ramza. There was Mustadio. He was a machinist. He kind of unlocks like the machinist group who actually uses like guns and stuff. He ends up joining you and helping you. There's Agria. She's kind of like the head knight who protects Princess Olivia, and she ends up actually joining you. And she has like a special class known as Holy Knight. There was Ralphie. Sky Seer and Assassin, I believe is what her class. I think her class is like Assassin or something, or it might be Sky Seer. I can't remember. At least there's like 30 plus classes. Then there was Count Clidius? No, Count Clidius. God damn it, this is so hard. He was like a legendary swordsman. He was friends with Rams's father, and I believe you end up getting him as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I think that's basically it. I'll quickly off the top of my head. All right, I'm calling it quits there. Oh wait, no, wait,
Oh god.
The job point system. So you get experience, which levels you up, increases your stats, and then each class had job points. Job points you use to unlock your abilities and stuff. So, for example, if you were a knight, you could unlock Head Smash, which is you use the ability to smash someone's head equipment. It has usually like a 90% success rate, stuff like that. Each class has different stuff. You can have your main class equipped, and you can also have a side class. So if you finish Squire and move on to the next one, like Knight, you have your Knight as your main abilities, and then the Squires, and then you have like a counter ability, a refresh ability, and a moving ability. All right, I call quits now officially.
Well, let me just be the first to say congratulations on finishing early. Second, if I ever saw a fucking copy of this game or saw a computer running this game, I would smash it into fucking pieces.
It's a great game.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's a really good game.
Oh my god.
But I am very disappointed in you, Josh.
Hold on.
Too.
Josh, do you think you outscored Jake, or do you think Jake outscored you?
I think he outscored me. Honestly, like I said, so chapter 1 is very plain and simple. Same with chapter 2. But once you get to chapter 3 and 4, that's where I haven't played enough of. Like, I played enough to know, like, 1 and 2, like the back of my head, I can tell you what the map looks like and what you do. Chapters 3 and 4 is where I start to go numb, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to go back and play this.
The score to beat
study.
The score to beat is 36.25. What do you think you got?
I got 22, I bet.
All right, let's go to the scoreboard. Jake, you got the scoreboard ready?
Yeah, do I just share?
No, I'll put it up on here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So if you can't see it, we're going to have an updated PDF when the show goes up. You can click that in the show notes and you see this on your beautiful screen. Jake, go ahead and go down the list and tell us what he's missed and what he's got.
All right, first off, butthole.
Oh, God.
This is Ruben. You're scoring rubric raccoon. Anyway, you forgot to tell us the release date.
God damn it. That's my own
Which
fault.
was what, Ruben?
May 10th, 2007.
All right, Ruben, continue.
Stupid.
Ruben's an asshole.
You did get the setting in Everest.
Wait, that's how you pronounce that? I thought it was Ivelas.
I don't know.
Evelice.
I don't know. I have Google Translate here if needed.
Google don't fucking know.
Don't use Google.
Well, I mean, it's better pronunciation than what we got.
All right, Ruben. So he got that. What's next?
You didn't name all of the Belvolves.
I couldn't remember the sister's name. I remember Dice Dog. I remember Salbag. I remember Ramsat. I couldn't remember the sister's name.
Alma.
God damn Alma.
You didn't even name like Ramza his last name. You didn't give him his last name.
Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's a really important part. Noble status.
He's right. It's the whole point of being a noble.
I only got half credit for 3 of the 4 characters, and you gave me half credit for Ramza. That's bullshit.
I gave you half credit. I almost didn't give you credit at all because you didn't even give me the last name.
Whatever. Moving on.
You did name a bunch of classes, so I gave you that. I gave you half 22? Credit. Yes, 22.
I thought there was like 25 or 30. Oh, maybe I'm thinking, is that 22 you can pick from, and then it's like 25, 30 with all the other classes that you can't get?
Yes. You did talk about the 50 Years War, but you didn't really give us the names of the Black Line and the White Line.
I forgot the names of who's doing what exactly.
Prince Larg
and
is a White Line, and Prince Goltana is Black Line. I gave you half credit for Princess Olivia and Prince Orinus.
I knew it was an O, I just couldn't remember the name.
Fun fact, he's actually an infant. He's like 1 year old in the game.
I didn't know that. I thought he was older than that.
Yeah,
I thought he was like 10
didn't
or
know that
something.
either. I gave you full credit for the Zodiac Stones.
Yes.
They were stones. Whatever. Delita, you got him. What happened to Delita's sister? You got that. Full credit. You didn't explain that Dyson Dog murdered his father. He killed his own father.
I forgot about it because he poisoned him, right?
Yes, he poisoned his father, and then Zalbag and Ramza kill him, but then Dyson turns into a demon and kills Zalbag.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that's actually one of the cool scene in the game.
It's like
death is not cool.
It's like one of the plot twists too, isn't it?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, because that's when you're like inside the church and.
Yeah, because that's when Zalbag realizes you're right, something is going on. You go to tell your Dice Star, and Dice Star's like, "How the fuck did you find out?" And he ends up trying to kill you.
Yeah, you did describe a few of the battles in the game. You like kind of took your sweet time in chapter 1. That's why I was like, "Don't worry about the chapter."
Well,
like
you said main plot, and I was trying to remember main plot for everything. The main plot, it was what's going on still.
It was 5 minutes into chapter 1. I was like, "Oh my god, this fucking game."
What you disappointed me the most was that you didn't talk about one time about chocobos.
I mean, they're only relevant for one part because
they're in every damn game.
Yeah, they are, but they're also like you have one part where you learn about chocobos being alive and how you can capture them and help them, and like you have the 3. You have the yellow chocobo who can run, the black chocobo who can fly and shoot out fireballs, and then the red chocobo who does something else. I think it's like.
Well, guess what? You didn't say that. You didn't say any of that. You could have.
Whatever.
Could have.
Anyway,
but you didn't. You did talk about a church, but I gave you half credit because you didn't give the church full. I don't remember
the name. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the church.
Galbados. Yeah. You did name a secret character. Actually, almost named every secret character. You did talk about Final Fantasy 12 and Tactics Advance taking place at the same time, but you didn't do it during the speedcap.
Yeah.
God damn it! Are you really not going to give me that?
No.
Son of a bitch.
You didn't talk about. You talked about the other platforms before the speedcap.
They're not the same. That same place at the same time. It's the same place in different eras.
That's not gonna give you points.
I know, but I'm just saying. Like, technically, 12 is like I think it's like 200 years ahead of War of the Lions. I could be wrong on that.
It's in the same place. You didn't talk. You talked about other platforms this game was released on, not during the speedcap.
God damn it! It's a mobile game, and before that, it was originally released for the PS1. The only difference is they added CGI cutscenes, and there are some extra characters and classes. That is the and then, believe it or not, there was a cool thing. I didn't learn this until I was doing the research. So the PSP version had a multiplayer mode, where it had 2 different modes, and the only way you can unlock the onion equipment in the game was by doing that multiplayer mode. I thought that was cool. Moving on.
You did talk about the epilogue a little bit, but you didn't like fully describe it. So yeah, they get married. Delita and Princess Olivia get married, but obviously she doesn't trust him, leading her to stab him. And then Olivia is then stabbed by Delita, and then
they die.
They basically die.
I thought it was she killed herself and then he died. I don't know.
It's a nice day for a red wedding.
I just remember she didn't trust him and didn't like it, and they're basically harboring anger toward each other.
The demons are called the Lokavi.
That I didn't know. I was never gonna guess that.
Yeah. I actually looked into that. Like, it's actually kind of cool. There's like, I think one or two of those that are optional bosses. Like
Yeah,
the
'cause I
story's
thought
kind of cool.
I thought to get one of the secret characters, you had to fight one of them.
Yeah. And then you did talk about the final boss, but you lacked detail.
I forgot his name, and then I'm looking at this now. I didn't realize he was
The final boss
possessing
is
Alma.
the leader. It's the leader of all the Kaibai, and it's called Ultima. And you're basically in this like rift. You get sucked into this rift, and that's where you fight Ultima and all that stuff.
What's his final score there, Ricky Raccoon?
25 points.
Ooh, Josh, I think this might be a
You
low
disappoint.
point.
It's a very low point.
This might be the low point for you in the series.
I was very confident in this one, and then as I was doing it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to lose.
You did not see
so
the
bad.
text I said earlier that Nick's like, no spoilers. I said, you better know everything.
I even told him. I told Josh, I was like, hey, just probably mention chocobos, and that was all I said.
I never did.
And he doesn't
even
mention chocobos.
chocobos.
That's all I said. It's the one thing I said to him.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a disappointment.
You had a little bit of a cheat sheet, and you didn't use it. But that's admirable. But you also fucking lose.
So yeah, and you were like, Mysterio, the machinist, and I was like, he's not important at all.
He's important for chapter 2.
No.
Oh, when you were going through the chapters and we hit 15 minutes and then you were just getting through chapter 1, I was like, oh my god, this game.
And that's the short chapter. Like I said, 3 and 4 are the longest of the whole game. And that's just because there's so much going on.
Here. On the day 27th of March in the year 2022, Nick made it a royal decree that Final Fantasy games would no longer be covered in the Speedcap.
Well, no, we can. Just maybe not this one.
Well, duh.
I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making the rubric.
I was listening to that and I was like, oh, Final Fantasy.
Josh was just stuck in chapter 1. I'm like, get out of this chapter,
Get out of this chapter, Josh.
You said main plot, and I was covering every. Okay, if I don't cover the fact that Delita's sister died in chapter 1, that's a huge part of the plot.
Josh heard speedcap.
Like,
we said speedcap, and all Josh heard was cap.
All you had to do in chapter 1 be like, there's this family, and they're normals. Oh, and they have this guy, and he's a sister. His sister dies. Chapter 1's over. All the other bullshit doesn't matter.
Josh, at your funeral, I'm going to burn a copy of this game. I hope you know.
Okay. I mean, good luck finding it. Good luck finding a copy of it first off.
So, fun fact: this is the one Final Fantasy game that has still not had a PC
release.
Released, yeah.
I thought Tactics, or okay, I guess this version of it.
Yeah.
I think they might have Tactics, but not War of the Lions. So the PS1 release of it. Maybe.
No, they don't have.
No, they don't have
on
that.
PC either. No, you can either play it on PlayStation, PSP, or iOS.
Well, now I want to look that up.
That's interesting.
But I feel pretty good now that Josh has a low score. It means I can swoop in 2 weeks and beat your guys' ass.
That just means, yeah, we're gonna make Jake pick a really difficult game, and I'm gonna fucking murder your ass with it, Nick. Murder.
Wait, if I pick it, then I get the.
Well, we
rubric,
have a quiz next week that will determine who picks the game.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at quizzes.
Speaking of Final Fantasy,
you have to tell us what the quiz is.
There's a Square Enix publisher sale.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I thought about picking about a few of the games.
Oh, so they're called Lucavi.
Yeah, no Tactics here on Steam. It's crazy.
What? Okay, I'm gonna look up how to pronounce their last name.
Come on, Square, release it for the PC, so I can mod the hell out of it.
Just burn it and don't ever re-release it, please. All right, guys, it's a short one today.
It's good.
It's a short one today, but we're bouncing back next week with, is it 2008 already?
Yeah.
Her last name is pronounced Bolves.
Bolves. That sounds like a royal family. Oh. The Bolves. They wouldn't even call it the Bolves.
Yeah,
dynasty.
You're calling them nobility. Nobility makes it sound like mobility.
Mobility.
Technically, they're all dead.
They need their life alerts. They're all very immobile because they're all technically dead because they're so old. So yeah, 2008 though, it's gonna be some bangers. Gears of War 2. I'm pretty excited about that. Is that's also World at War, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's people praise 2007. I think 2008 was a pretty good hangover year.
Well, it makes you may not be World at War. I think it might be Modern Warfare
No,
2 and then World at War.
No, because
Wasn't
2007 was Modern Warfare. They take a break, and then Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's when
Yeah.
they started doing their break things. I forgot.
Yeah,
Yep.
2009 was probably Call of Duty.
Yeah, because Modern Warfare 2 was released 11/10/9.
Nick knows that because he had a Blockbuster countdown timer of it.
No, because I got in a car accident that night.
I'm back.
Well, didn't you also
Oh,
get the
thanks for
counter
joining
too?
us, Jake. Maybe I did.
I thought you did because you brought it home, and we're like, "Oh, it's so cool." Then I think you got rid of it.
Yeah, probably. So, guys, this was Smashing Game Time. I am Nick. You can find me on Twitter at that Kaufman or on Twitch at NickFatNight. Josh, where can the people find you?
Find me at Twitter at Josh_saying and Twitch at I'm Josh saying.
And Josh said he's got a game he's probably going to start streaming. What was that again, Josh?
What game was that?
We talked about that earlier, didn't you? You said
Young Souls.
Oh, you're going to do Dark Souls?
Oh no, I was talking earlier about Young Souls.
Oh, Young Souls.
Young
But
Souls.
I think when you were working on my computer, you had mentioned you'd found a game you think you want to stream.
I don't remember that.
I'm blanking. My brain is like...
I'm blanking too, but that's because I just had my brain fried to Jake's quiz. So
This is true. Jake, where can people find you and Ruben?
Ruben, I don't know who Ruben is. You could find me at Twitter at twitter.com/ShakyBoyKaufman. And you can find me on Twitch. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and sometimes Saturday, where I play The First Soldier or Teamfight Tactics.
I forgot to mention, I also stream on Tuesday, Thursdays. I'm thinking I'm going to start streaming Gwent or maybe some Cyberpunk, so that'll be fun. All right, everybody, we are heading out. Thanks for hanging out. Next week, we're doing 2008. Everyone, it was a smashing game time. We'll see you next time.
Insert raccoon noise.